Welcome to Trash Talk.
So safety culture is our topic. So I think maybe 2 or 3 years ago, we came up with a safety motto for the Landfill Group. Do you remember what that is?
No, I actually don't. Was I here 2 or 3 years ago?
No, but do you know what it is? Do you know what our safety motto is?
Mm-mm.
No, that's not a good topic then.
Mm-mm. What is our safety model? What is your safety model, actually?
Personally?
Yeah.
I've never really thought about personally what my safety motto is, but like I would say that I would now say that like I am embracing safety and safety culture as a personal motto. So I think I've even shared that multiple times. That's actually probably more often than not, because I'm not in the field as much anymore, that most of my like safety experiences, safety shares, et cetera, come from the things that I'm doing in my personal life. Mm-hmm. And I do so many things that are generally, at risk being so active, having a small farm, having equipment, being a handyman, et cetera. Like I'm constantly in situations that
require me to think about it.
Yeah, that require me to think about it. And the thing is that because we've started to embrace safety at our company, it's just bleeding into my life naturally. So, like when I'm on a ladder, I see somebody doing something, standing on a stool, like in my house, when they could just go grab a step ladder, like
right.
I'll say something, just creating, like having created the safety awareness inside the organization has significantly like improved my life's safety and influenced, dozens, if not hundreds of people around me that aren't even in the organization. Right. Like, an example of it would be within the last few weeks, I invited several guys over from F3 to build shovel flags. It's basically where you cut a shovel on the top and drill a hole in it so that you can mount a flagpole into the shovel so you can stake the shovel in the ground and you got a flagpole, right? Mm-hmm. So as you can imagine, super simple process, but involved lots of things, right? Saws, power drills, hammers, cutting metal, because we actually had to cut the flagpoles, right? So sparks, all types of things. It was loud. We were inside the barn, right? Some of these things, like when you're cutting a chop saw, like it's loud. And it's like, man, I realized that in my barn, I had a couple sets of earplugs, but I didn't have 12. I think there were 11 or 12 of us there. I had a couple of safety shields and safety glasses, but I didn't have 12. And literally right there in the moment, I was like, I should go online and order this. So I ordered, a box of 300 disposable earplugs and 100 sets of clear safety glasses to keep in my personal barn so that if I have people over, I can offer them this simple PPE.
And that's talking about a safety culture that you're trying to provide at your home. And that's what we're trying to provide at work, is we want people to be safe when no one's watching. We want people to think through the process without having to hurry. That's part of the good planning that you're talking about. What actually you should have done was think about that. I'm gonna have 12 people at my house. Do I have enough PPE? What are the risks with the folks that are coming over? Maybe what are their skill sets? Some guys maybe aren't good with a saw or shouldn't use a saw. And so you gotta kind of evaluate that, just like we do at work. And to create that culture, it has to be natural. So we have to work together, take our time, do things safely, but make it a part of our day. And not just something we gotta do because so-and-so is showing up, or these risks are there. And we need to just talk about the risks and then evaluate them. Most of these risks we can avoid.
Yeah.
Just by talking through it.
And it takes time, right?
It does.
Especially, considering that there's so many things that touch safety.
Yeah.
And we're humans that have gotten into habits of doing things certain ways that maybe don't have that on the forefront. And so bringing it to the forefront and implementing systems and processes and control measures to improve safety, does take time and practice. That's right, and coaching, and so, we need to have a little bit of grace, but we also need to embrace it, because why are we embracing it? It's because we want people to go home
safely,
just like they came to us before they got there, right? Yep. And ideally, like in just using my example, in a better place. Yeah. Because of this, I now have improved safety at home, and my kids know it, right? Like my kids
We'll watch it.
know, or they're watching. They're grabbing safety glasses. They're putting earplugs on. You know, they're learning now at a young age by example from things that I'm bringing home at work. They actually enjoy, probably more than I do.
Well, you're wearing a shirt now. That's progress.
Well, I can take it off.
No, not
but they actually enjoy watching Safety Hub videos with me.
Yeah.
Like we'll sit down, I'll be like, hey, I got a 15-minute video we're gonna watch on fire. And they're like, oh, cool, right? Or like how to use power tools or whatever,
Yeah.
you know, chainsaw safety,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like, whenever possible, I'll just invite them to do that with me. So yeah, it is cool to see it. And man, like we've come a long ways, because I was the guy that used to go to a job site and take his shirt off to get a suntan.
Right.
Right. Of someone that would make games out of operating equipment that really shouldn't have been a game. Right. You know, I'll say an incident, right? Like, you know, rolling over a piece of equipment. You know, before whenever I'd roll over a piece of equipment, because guilty as charged, I just roll it back over and get back on and roll. Yep. You know, not even thinking about the fact that like, hey, I could be causing damage to equipment, to myself, I could hurt myself, could hurt somebody else. Had there actually been an incident that could have impacted the entire job or the whole organization, I wasn't even thinking about it, you know?
Job-based focus, right? Get it done, but you can get it done safely if you do it right.
What else would you want to tell us about safety and like kind of like some of our new safety initiatives?
I think the biggest thing, you touched on it, was really about patience. And, you know, being a leader in the safety world, it's hard to be patient because I know what's at risk and want so much for everyone to be thinking like that when they assess stuff. And you're right. I mean, we used to do things and fix it and go back to work, and we didn't realize there was some more safety things that we needed to do. Like now, you'll see there was a rollover this morning. You'll see this afternoon something that goes out to the entire company saying, hey, we had a situation. Everyone needs to be careful and reassess their focus and make sure that they're aware of what happened, where it's this department or that department. It's one team that talks and tells the other parts of our team that there was a risk out there that we've identified and we're managing.
Yep.
And that's it. I mean, if we can do the simple things well and the complicated things together, we build our culture.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
you can't buy it. You can't make it a program. You have to live it. And management has to really breathe it for everyone else to agree with it. And if we're not breathing it, it ain't happening. And that's what we do. So we promote, we educate, we talk about it.
Yep.
That's safety, real safety.
Awesome.
That's all I got.
Race you across the street.
You will not.